Hi everyone, it's Blaze from Blazing on Board, and I'd like to show you how I made my newest project, which is vertical diorama for Malifaux painting contest. So let's get to it. So first I started with assembling model. The most important part is to clean every part and assemble it properly so there will be no mold lines or anything that gonna be in a way while painting it. While preparing bases for my diorama, I decided to use something that is called floral foam, which will be very easy to put stuff into. It's very lightweight and very easy to cut, so there will be no problem of making proper shape to fit in the frame. I will glue it together with PVA glue, just to keep it together while working on it. I'm putting metal wire in the back of my miniature just so it will be very easy later on to put that in the floral foam. After a short moment of working with a drill and glue, the miniature is ready to be painted. But before painting miniature itself, I decided to prepare background for it. For that, I chose it to be a industrial brick wall, so very dark red with bit of orange, and also keep it in very dark and grimy, in some sort of really dirty way. To make that background, I decided to cut little rows to imitate the brick pattern. It will help me later to make those bricks pop and really make a visual contrast to the rest of the diorama. When the pattern is ready, it's time to prime it with chaotic red, which is actually very dark red that is resembling industrial type of brick. After 2 layers of primer, it's time to start filling those gaps with something dark gray, mostly to imitate a cement or mortar grout that was used to put those bricks together. Now when basic colors are done, it's time to put a lot of black wash to imitate the dirt and shades all over the wall. As you can see, the wall became really dark in here, so right now I will try to restore some of that brighter color of the brick itself by using simple orange and dry brush it all over the surface. Alright, so when the background is done, I will just glue it with PVA to the basis of the my diorama, and that will be half of the work right now. Okay, now when the background's ready, I will get into preparing the main effect of my diorama, which is burning deck of cards, burning or burn the deck of cards, and that is mostly to resemble the one of most significant game mechanics in Malifaux. The one that I really like is when you have deck of cards and you got cards in your hand and you burn your cards from your hand to alternate luck of your miniatures. As you can see in here, I'm trying to create some sort of fan of cards, like the way that many people like to hold their cards in a hand. After using PVA glue, I left those cards to dry out for about 12 to 24 hours. Now when those cards are ready, look how easy it is to put it together. I just simply press cards in the foam and they stay there forever. Last step of preparing cards is to treat their edges with flame, so it will have natural burning effect. Okay, let's get back to our miniature. I will prime it first with airbrush gray primer from Malifaux. Just two little coats gonna be enough to leave very nice surface for me to start painting it. As for primary color, I decided to go for very bright pink, which is a mixture of violet and white. I decided to go for pink because it will stay in this color scheme of really hot environment, but at the same time, because it's not really red or orange, it will pop out a little bit, so it's gonna provide a little bit of a contrast there. When I'm painting the hairy crest of the viper, I decided to start painting it white first, so it's gonna be easier to put on yellow and orange color, and then on top of that put red to make a really nice transition between colors and to make it like very flamey effect. As you can see, the transition of colors is quite smooth, so at the end I will just add a bit of black on tips of the hairs to make a like really burning effect. One of the last effects is to dry brush some red on top of skin to let those edges pop out a bit on like a body armor of the serpent. One of the very last steps is to finish all details like whisker like things, teeth, horns, all that stuff. So basically you're gonna focus on that. Then I'm gonna put on some shades and I will call it done. Alright, so it's time to put all main parts together. As you can see, it's quite easy right now just to shove that cards and miniature in the floral form. I just put that in and it just stays there. It's super easy, no glue, no anything, it's just slide that in. And very last part of the diorama that I'm preparing is some flying random debris that I made from plastic and MDF sprues that I got left over from different other projects. And voila, it's all done, and I'm really proud of it. One of the most important things that I was afraid is that the miniature is not going to be big enough. But at the same time, I really do appreciate what I did with the rest of the diorama, so I think it looks quite nice. There wasn't really a lot of work, but the final effect is like really nice, and I hope that you can see the whole dynamic happening in like a whole picture of it. I hope that you enjoyed that and I gave you some inspiration, and I hope that I will come back with more content in the future. Thank you for watching.